What is awareness?
Om Namaste. Осознанность
Awareness is
— звук хлопка одной
the sound of one hand clapping.
Это сын бесплодной
It is the
женщины.
son of a barren woman who has never given birth.
Это рогатый заяц.
It is a horned rabbit flying in the sky.
Вот что вы чувствуете, когда
What do
вы
you feel when
слышите
you hear this?
что-то нелогичное
Something
в
illogical,
логике?
beyond logic,
И ум в это время не
and the mind does not work at that time.
город Ганхарвов,
The city of the Gandharvas,
небесные цветы,
heavenly flowers,
яйца, снесенные
the eggs laid by a horse, a horned rabbit.
в традиционных
In the traditional
шастрах
Shastras,
это все примеры
these are all
нереального.
examples of something unreal.
И когда мы избавляемся
And when we get rid of the unreal in ourselves,
так, что
so
ничего
that
не
nothing
остается,
remains,
ни
no
ума, ни
mind,
мысли,
no thoughts,
ни влияние
no
тела,
influence of
ни
the body,
желаний,
desires,
ни эго,
no ego,
ни
or
концепции,
concepts,
то нечто все равно
then something still
остается.
remains.
Вот это и
That
есть
is what
осознанность.
awareness is.
Осознанность
Awareness
— это ваша природа.
is your nature.
Также
It is also the
природа
nature of
Бога.
God.
Это настолько
It's such a
глубокое
profound
понятие,
concept
что
that
ни один великий
no
святой,
great saint,
ни один ученый
no
полностью
scholar
вам
can
не
fully
опишет,
describe
что
to you
такое
what
осознанность.
awareness is,
Но вы ее переживаете
but you are
прямо сейчас.
experiencing it right now.
Если вы сконцентрируетесь
Concentrating
на
on the
чувстве
feeling of I,
вы поймете,
you will
о чем
understand
идет
what we are
речь.
talking about.
Осознанность — это не
Awareness
что-то
is not
далеко
something
от
far away
вас.
from you.
Как святые говорят,
As the
это
saints
не
say,
дальше,
it's no
чем
farther away than
ваша собственная
the
ладонь.
palm of your own hand.
Но ее надо увидеть. Как яблоко
Like an apple in your
в вашей
palm,
ладони, так
you
же
have to
ясно
see
и
it just
прямо.
as clearly and directly.
Святые говорят, что
The saints say that
осознанность
awareness
настолько близка и естественна,
is so
что
close and
в неё
natural
трудно
that it's
поверить.
hard to believe.
Например, если рыба
For example, if a
обитает в
fish
воде,
lives in water,
она
it
привыкает
gets
к
used to the
воде
water
и
being its
себя
environment
не
and doesn't notice the
замечает.
water.
Таким же
In the
образом,
same way,
мы живем
we live
в пространстве
in a space of
осознанности,
awareness,
как в своей среде.
as in our
Мы
environment.
купаемся,
We
мы
bathe in it,
дышим,
we breathe
но
it,
мы её не
but we don't
замечаем.
notice it.
Чтобы заметить осознанность,
To
нужно
notice awareness,
провести определенную
you have to do
работу.
some
Без
work.
такой работы
Without such work,
осознанность не будет
awareness will
замечена.
not be
Вы
noticed.
промахнётесь.
You will miss it,
Пройдёте мимо, не
pass
обратите на
by
неё
it, and not pay
внимания.
attention to it.
Нужно воспитать определенную
Cultivating a
силу
certain power of
различения, чтобы
discrimination is
отличить
necessary to
осознанность
distinguish
от того,
awareness
что ею не
from
является.
that which is not.
Как, например,
For
можно
example,
легко спутать
one can easily
золото
confuse
с
gold with
медью,
copper,
бронзой, латунью,
bronze, brass,
с другими
with other kinds of metals,
металлов. И только опытный
and only an
ювелир
experienced
хорошо может
jeweler
отличить
can well
золото от
distinguish
других
gold
металлов.
from other metals. Awareness means
Означает,
that you are
вы
totally,
пребываете
attentively,
тотально,
vigilantly,
внимательно, бдительно, осознавающе
consciously,
здесь,
here,
сейчас,
now,
в настоящем
in the
моменте,
present moment,
без мыслей,
without thoughts,
без выборов,
choices,
без ожиданий,
expectations,
без представления о
an
прошлом,
idea of the past,
без опоры на
reliance on the memory of the past,
без надежд на
or hopes
будущее.
for the future.
Вы пребываете прямо сейчас,
You are in the total
в
present right
настоящем.
now,
Бдительно,
vigilantly,
пронзительно, ясно.
piercingly, and clearly.
Возможно, в детстве у вас были
Perhaps in
случаи, когда вы
childhood,
смотрели
you had
перед
cases
собой
when you
и
looked in
ничего
front
не
of you
делали.
and did not think about
Было
anything.
такое очень странное
And there was such a very
состояние.
strange state.
Многие в детстве имели
Many people have
подобный
had
опыт.
similar experiences in childhood.
Вот это
It is the beginning of awareness when you are alone with yourself, when you do not have to do anything, when you do not have to explain anything to anyone, when you do not have to think anything, do not have to strive for anything. You are simply immersed in the present moment. However, you can miss this present moment. You can be unconscious in it like a child. But you can focus your attention on it and explore this awareness. Then you can understand that this awareness is indefinable, elusive, and very difficult to perceive. On the one hand, it can be stable, like a mountain, motionless, dense, monumental. On the other hand, it can be so light, flowing, like water, like a stream, connecting with everything. On the third hand, such awareness can be like a flame, like fire, so everything that does not fall into it will be burned and purified. It has the ability to purify everything, to make everything clean. So it can be like the wind, so free, not relying on anything, not attached to anything, here now, there tomorrow, and effortlessly uniting with everything or easily letting go of everything. That is how it can be, like the wind. And from another side, it can be so still, all-encompassing, infinite, like space, like the sky, containing everything, but so subtle that it is unnoticeable, like space. So awareness can be in 5 such aspects, related to the elements of earth, water, fire, wind, and space. Awareness is something that is always with us, but something that we always miss. We always miss awareness if we do not work with it purposefully. Like a child in the lap of his mother who fell asleep. He dreamed something, he was frightened, and when he woke up, he saw that he was again in the lap of his mother, in a safe, happy state. In the same way, we, being in awareness, fall asleep of the dream of the material world, and the material world attracts us or brings us suffering. However, when we wake up to awareness, we find that we are in this happy and safe place, in the lap of the Great Mother. Awareness is what we miss when we fall asleep in the dreams of the material world. In these dreams of the material world, we play different roles. A person, a man, a woman, a husband, a wife, a father, a son, a child, an elder or a younger, an old man or adult. Countless roles of suffering or successful, intelligent or rich. All these are different dreams of the mind, dreams of our awareness. And like a king who fell asleep on the throne, he dreamed something terrible, as if the enemies of a neighboring state attacked him and captured him. However, when he wakes up, he breathes a sigh of relief and sees that all this is unreal. His kingdom is there. He is sitting on the throne. In the same way, when we wake up from unconsciousness to awareness, we breathe a sigh of relief. All these roles were illusions. It was a dream, not a real thing. Awareness is the only real thing that exists for us, within us, and in the outside world. Awareness is another name for God. In this regard, in the traditions of Shaivism and Shaktism, 2 Sanskrit terms are in relation to awareness, prakasha and vimarsha. Prakasha means that awareness is inherent in light. Light is something illuminating, comprehending by itself. And this light, it is void. There is no subject, no object, not even comprehension in it. And this is the principle of Prakasha, which corresponds to the first Shiva Tattva. The second principle associated with awareness is called Vimarsha. Therefore, awareness is also called Vimarsha Shakti in Shaivism, the energy of self-awareness. Vimarsha means that the light began to somehow reflect, somehow vibrate, somehow reflect itself, somehow try to understand itself, reflect itself, and share. And this is where creation begins, in the divine dimension. All this is also awareness. Therefore, when we develop energy through awareness, we develop a specific force in ourselves. The energy of awareness, Vimarsha Shakti. The energy of awareness determines our status in this divine magical universe. Those who have little energy of awareness are, for example, stones, minerals, and plants. Those who have more are animals, lower spirits. Even more energy of awareness are the Petris, the ancestral spirits, Kenars and Yakshas, as well as semi-divine, semi-magical creatures. Those who have even more energy of awareness are Devas, the gods. Finally, there are Mahadevas, great gods who possess a vast energy of awareness. The maximum energy of awareness is in Ishvara, Shiva, and Parabrahman. Awareness could be called the power of consciousness, the power of the soul to analyze, create, manifest energies, to comprehend, to study and explore. But this would not be adequate. We cannot say that this is awareness. It is more of a function, a secondary quality of awareness. Yes, all this depends on awareness. But awareness itself is an incomprehensible experience, like a screen of pure consciousness on which all the phenomena and pictures of this world unfold, like motion pictures on a screen. And if we want to find awareness, we have to separate the screen from the movies projected onto it. It is also like a mirror and reflections. In our tradition, the spiritual teacher shows the student a mirror as a symbol of his pure awareness. This principle of a mirror is even associated with a whole philosophy in Hinduism. And so the mirror represents pure awareness, and the various reflections that occur within the mirror are phenomena of the material world. If we want to understand the principle of awareness, we must ignore the reflections and pay attention to the mirror itself. A mirror is a space of pure consciousness. We all live amongst reflections. We wander, lost in the labyrinths of reflections, but we do not see the mirror of awareness. When we do not see the mirror of awareness and wander in the labyrinths of samsara's reflections, these reflections have power over us. When we begin to notice the mirror and enter awareness, the reflections gradually lose their power over us, and we can even operate them. This is where the ability to operate magically is born. The one in the center of awareness is subordinate to situations, phenomena, and elements of nature and this world. He begins to become a powerful, volitional operator of the universe. The one who is not aware
Он пребывает в зависимости,
is dependent,
им
and this world's phenomena,
определенные
situations,
ситуации,
events, and
события,
energies
энергии.
operate on him.
Поэтому
Therefore,
двигаться в сторону
moving towards
осознанности
awareness
означает
also means
также увеличивать контроль
increasing
над
control
энергиями,
over the energies
в которых мы
in which we
живем.
live.
Как же различить зеркало
How can we
и
distinguish
отражение,
between a
саму
mirror and a reflection,
осознанность,
awareness
от
itself,
наслоений того,
from the
что
layers
не
of what is not
является?
awareness?
Это достигается с помощью
This is achieved with the help of Viveka Vidya,
различающей мудрости.
discerning wisdom.
И такую различающую
And such
мудрость
discerning wisdom
мы
we
выращиваем
cultivate
всю
throughout
жизнь.
our lives.
Она подобна тончайшему
It is like a
скальпелю,
very fine
который
scalpel
может
that can
отличить,
distinguish and
отделить
separate
один слой
one
от
layer from
другого.
another.
Например, если вы
For example, you may
видели
have seen
картины,
paintings
когда художник
where an artist
подделывает
fakes
под
a
шедевр,
masterpiece,
когда он рисует копию
making a
картины
copy
и
of a
выдает
painting and
её за
passing it off as an
оригинал.
original.
Такая картина может
Such a
стоить
painting
очень
can
много
cost a lot of money,
долларов.
millions of
Он
dollars.
всё
He fakes
подделывает.
everything.
Роспись,
The painting, the
детали,
details,
структуру
the structure of the
холста,
canvas,
стиль
the style of
живописи,
painting,
характер нанесения
the way the
красок,
paint is
манера
applied,
держать
the way the
кисть.
brush is held, the painting
Эпоху
era.
он полностью подделывает
He completely
какую-то
fakes some
шедевральную
masterpiece
картину.
painting.
И человек,
And
который не
person
обладает
who does not have
различением, он
discrimination
думает, это
thinks that
оригинал,
this
он
is an
покупает
original,
её.
and he buys it.
Но
But an art
искусствовед,
historian,
тот, кто
someone who
занимается
studies
историей
art history,
искусства, кто имеет дело с
who deals with
подобными
such
картинами,
paintings,
эксперт,
an
он
expert,
смотрит,
he looks at it
и он видит, это
and
не
sees it is
шедевр,
not a
это
masterpiece,
подделка,
but a
это
fake,
более
a more
поздняя
later
работа.
work.
Она не
It is not
стоит
worth
тех
the
денег,
money they
которые
ask
за
for
неё
it.
просят. Это оригинальная,
It is
очень
original,
талантливая
very
картина,
talented
но
and
подделка.
beautiful,
Это не
but it is
оригинал, это
fake.
не
It is not an
шедевр.
original. This is not a
Что
masterpiece.
позволяет эксперту
And what enables an
искусствоведу
art expert to
понять
understand
это?
this?
Его
His
опыт,
experience,
наметанный глаз,
trained
его
eye,
способность к
and
развлечению,
ability to
отличить
discern the
оригинал
original
от
from the
подделки.
fake.
Вот это и есть вивека.
That is
Таким же
viveka.
образом,
In the same
садхаку
way, a sadhu
должен воспитывать в себе
must
вивеку,
cultivate
чтобы
viveka in
отличить
himself to discern
изначальный чистый
the original
Брахман,
pure
чистую
Brahman as
осознанность,
pure
прajna,
awareness,
постигающую
prajna,
ясность
the comprehending
от
clarity,
различных подделок,
from
того,
the
чем
various
ей не
counterfeits what it
является.
is not.
И когда мы воспитали в
When
себе
we
такую
cultivate such
различающую
discerning
мудрость,
wisdom,
наша энергия
our energy of
осознанности
awareness
нарастает,
increases,
наша вимарша
and our
шакти
vimarsha shakti
становится все сильнее и
becomes
сильнее.
stronger and stronger.
Благодаря тому, что
This
мы
is because we
постоянно
constantly abide in
пребываем в
contemplation of this
созерцании этой
awareness.
осознанности. И такое
And
созерцание
such
называется
contemplation is called
нидидхьясана.
nididhyasana.
Ом намасте.